In the first portion of this video, I demonstrate how to get this far on the train body. We can rotate around, see what all I've got. All I've done is create this front body, add the back portion, and made the hole for the hitch peg magnet. I'm going to go ahead and continue with the demonstration. The next thing that I would do if I was creating this train body is I'd put the holes in for the wheels to attach to the train body. To do that, I can go into my directions here, and we see that it tells us that those are quarter 20 UNC, which means they're quarter-inch holes, 20 threads per inch, universal national course, depth of 0.875, that's how far it goes into the train body, and that there's 4 of those. So I'm going to come back in here, and I'm going to use the hole command again to put those in. Remember, when I click the hole command, I want to click the edge to reference, so I can do that. Once again, these dimensions are on the other sheet. I accidentally hit enter, so to get back into that hole command, just double click right here, click reference 2, and I can continue on. Now I need to go ahead and set the sizes of those holes. So once again, I can change that to threaded right down here. I click on threaded. Quarter 20 is what it's defaulting to. And I want to set both of those depths to 0.875. And I go ahead and hit OK. Now I could continue on to use the hole command every other location, but I want to teach some other commands. So here's rectangular pattern. I can use that to duplicate this down along the body of the train. I can click right there for my feature, click direction, pick the bottom there, and I know that there's 2 holes, one back here, one in the front. And if I look at my drawing, I should be able to figure out the distance apart that those are. Actually, I think that's 3.5. And I can go ahead and hit OK. Once again, I could do the same thing on the other side to get my other 2 holes, but I want to show you another command as well. So I'm going to create a plane that's in the middle of my object. To do that, I'm going to pick this surface once I selected the plane command, and I'm going to rotate to the other side. I'm using F4 to rotate and pick that surface. Now, that plane is used for a mirror command. If you didn't know how to do mirror before, you need a plane to mirror over. I can pick my features I want to mirror. I can either select them out here in the model, or if I have problems getting them, like you noticed I was trying to select it and having issues, I can also select it over here in the browser bar. Then I pick my mirror plane, select right there, and hit OK, and it mirrors them over to the other side for me. So there's my threaded holes over there. You could use the thread command, or you can go ahead and do it like I did. This plane's going to get in the way for me, so I'm going to turn off the visibility on it. I don't want to delete it. If I delete it, it will get rid of some of my other features. I just turn off the visibility. I also have some holes to put in the front of this train body. I'm going to, instead of using the hole command, I like to just create circles and go ahead and dimension those into place. So I'm just right now putting in my 3 circles, and I'm going to dimension those. Once again, all of these dimensions you should be able to find on the sheet of directions. I'm going to go ahead and use an equal constraint instead of dimensioning every single hole. So I click my source hole, click the one I want it to be equal to it. Click my source hole, click the one I want to be equal to it. Let's see here if okay, so I can drag these wherever. I need to actually put dimensions in to hold those down. And once again, all of these should be able to be found on your dimension sheet or on your drawing sheet that tells you your dimension. And once we have them fully dimensioned, it changes them blue for us. And I'm going to double check that dimension that I just put on, make sure that I use the correct dimension. Yep, okay, so now when I'm done, I could extrude those. And I'm going to select each of them. I can extrude multiple things at once. And I want to hit cut, and they go in 0.125. So right there's those holes. I'm going to go ahead and add this hole in the back with another sketch. So if I create a sketch, and I pick this surface, this hole in the back is going to be a circle with a line coming off top and bottom. Once again, the dimensions for it are located on the drawing sheet. I don't want to give away all the dimensions. I want students to be able to read the dimensions off the sheet and be able to interpret those into what dimensions we actually need. So that's why I'm just clicking and placing these dimensions. I'm actually going to trim this before I dimension it the rest of the way. So I'm going to dimension, and we have to locate our circle in 2 directions. And I'm also going to locate it up from the bottom. And notice that our circle is now dimensioned, but we notice that we've got an issue going on here. I'm going to go ahead and trim this green line out, and I'm going to use my constraints to turn all of these blue. So I know that this line needs to be tangent to the top of my circle. That changes to the blue. I'm going to tangent this one as well. And that took care of my problem for me. Now I can go ahead and extrude. If I didn't remember how far to cut this into the object, there's my profile. I cut. I can drop down under distance and set that to all. And it's going to cut all the way through for me. I'm going to go ahead and end this second clip of the video at this point, and I'm going to do a third clip that explains how to finish this part.